Yeah, so that's what I have to look at. And
Well,
once I see it,
the invoice date is March, so it'd be out of our mind by now.
okay. I'll
If
know
it
once
said
I.
Wednesday, it'd be out
Oh
of my
no!
mind by now.
If it said this morning.
Morning.
Okay. Hi guys, it's Barbara, Sally,
Hello.
and Laura. And we're here at
Hello.
Alcohol and So on Back, and it's Thursday, so we're rambling about something either inane or not inane, depending on what we decide to talk about. But so we decided that we would talk about mostly because I need to pick fabrics for the quilt, Miriam quilt for the retreat in September for the on the 23rd for Stripology 1-day retreat that we're having here. So we're gonna have 3 colorways, so I need to pick the fabrics, and so that's why my mind is kind of on picking fabrics because it has 18 colors
Plus the background.
plus the background. Well, I already picked the backgrounds.
Right.
I picked
But
the
I mean,
backgrounds ahead
18
of time.
in addition
18
to that.
in addition to the background.
Yeah.
So that's why we were kind of talking about picking fabrics. So you might sew garments, or you might sew quilts, or you might sew
Tote
tote bags, or
placemats,
wine
bottle carriers. All kinds of
shirts,
stuff. Shirts, yeah.
and camp shirts, hats. Jimmy wants to sew a
yeah,
hat.
there you go. That's
Wonder if we
true.
should get him to come tell his story about his hat. Put his hat on. Do you think we get him?
No.
I'll text him and see. Where's my phone? Oh, I see. Maybe we can get him to tell his hat story since we're talking about fabric and stuff. All right, well, go ahead and start.
Okay, well,
Picking fabrics
it's
or
kind
the
of an
colors
art.
is a little bit, it a lot of people are very intimidated by what do I do? Where do you even start?
Right.
You have to start somewhere.
Right. So let's say, for example, I don't know if you want to change the camera.
Of course I do.
Okay.
You're on 3.
Let's say you really like this fabric and you want to make something out of it, but you want some coordinating fabrics. Now, the first thing I do is I look at the fabric and I think, okay, I can use orange or green or pink or a couple different shades of blue. You also want to look at the tone that's in your fabric. That's how light or dark the colors are. These are all the same tone. Now, these flowers here, the dark purple, that's a darker tone. But the rest of them all kind of read the same. And you can tell whether the tone of your fabric is the same or not by taking a black and white picture of it on your phone. So the main thing to do when you're looking at pulling out fabrics is you're not necessarily looking for a color match. This one I wouldn't say goes particularly well. It's not horrible, but it's not a real good match for this green. Here's another one. It's definitely not a good match for that green.
Oh, no. And I'm a picky.
Yeah.
Sal, I am a way more picky color person than Laura is.
Oh yes, this is true.
I am super fussy when it comes to colors.
That one to go.
Now this one, it's not
I could
the same
live with
hue,
that one probably.
but it's got the same kind of tone as this green here. So this green is kind of an olive colored green, and this is an olive colored green, and it works. It's a little bit darker than the greens that are in here, which is fine. Well, actually, there is some darker green there. It's almost perfect. But the other thing you want to think about when you're picking out complementary fabrics is scale. This has a medium-sized print, so you would want to go with something that's solid or reads like solid or very small. And this has a very small dot print on it. And so it goes well. Your eye isn't going to get lost. But we have Jimmy here to tell you a story. So change your camera again.
What camera do we have?
You
That
want to
one.
go
That
on?
one.
You want to go on that one, or you want to go on this?
This one.
Okay. Okay.
I decided to buy a new hat the other night. So I was online, I see these hats, and they have what they call a Shelby hat. So for those of
Is
you
that
who,
because Mr. Shelby wears it?
Tommy Shelby from Peaky Blinders, if anybody's ever seen Peaky Blinders, it's a newsboy hat that slouches down over the brim. And so I found these online. I'm not going to admit to what I paid for them. The first one was one price, and then I could get a second one for only this much more. So I had to get a second. And they talks about Winston and
Wilfred?
Wilfred and Winston, I think,
Yeah.
was this hat company, a little hat company in London. And I ordered the hats, and then for some reason, I was shutting my computer down and I went back on Facebook and I saw another ad for Harrington hatters. And I click on it. It's a similar style hat. And I look and it's the same website, just with different headers.
That was
Pages.
Henry and George or something.
No, it was Harrington. I
Oh,
didn't
okay.
find Henry and George until the next day,
Okay, okay.
or Henry and whoever.
Yeah.
But anyway, I got my hat the other day, and this is the only label on the hat. And all it has on it is that it's a WZ7071.01 H&H. Now that's probably Henry and whoever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Heckle
like
and Jekyll.
there's like
Echo and Jekyll.
seven or
That's funny.
8 of these hat companies, and they're all the same. They're selling Temu hats that should cost about $3 or $4,
Yeah.
and I paid way more than that for it. Now this is a hat that's basically was guaranteed to fit me, and I have a very skinny head side to side, but very long front to back. Normally I wear a 7 7/8 hat. This hat doesn't have enough fabric to go over the top of my head.
No, it doesn't.
The band won't come anywhere near far enough down to stay seated. So it just kind of sets on top of my head like a bottle cap. But this is the longest I've been able to keep it on. Usually it just pops right off. Maybe
Did your head shrink during the day?
No, I think my hair may be more
The
tired.
elastic gave way on the hat.
He was going to take the elastic out and fix the hat, but he
There's-
said there's not enough
There's
fabric in the hat
literally
to
not
fix
enough
it.
fabric to come down on the sides of my head because it should be loose on your head.
Yeah.
But we went through the store and found fabric that would be good to make the hat. One of those wools.
Yeah.
Oh, we have some flannel that'd be good. You know, we have that kind of
Like gray and
gray and
brown.
blue,
Yeah.
gray or the gray and white, black and white flannel.
That's a nice one.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be really pretty.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, so you got to see this. Now you don't need to zoom in. closer if you
Okay.
can. So I ordered my hat from Wilfred and Winston. So if you look at the website, they talk about how Wilfred and Winston first met as young apprentices under world-renowned master hatter, a world-renowned master hatter. Doesn't say who it was. Long days of training, and now they're friends, bound by this shared belief, blah, blah, blah. Now, if you look, you can see there's actually, their names are actually on there, Wilfred and Winston. Now, get a good load of those faces there now. Okay, now, that's Wilfred and Winston, but with a little searching, here I find Henry and Wallace. Henry and Wallace
Same
hatters.
thing.
It's the exact same picture, different names, and a different header, but the same basic story.
Yeah.
So there's Henry and Wallace, Wilfred and Winston, Harrison and Bennett, Harrington and Company, George's caps. I like George's caps too, but they're all basically the same thing. They're all Temu hats that are being sold. And I had read in several places within 20 minutes of ordering them that if you want to send them back, all you have to do is email them and they'll give you the address to send them to, but it's not in the US. So you're probably going to have to go through customs form and everything to send them back. And it's going to cost you almost as much to send them back as it would just to keep them. So I think I'm going to, I have a couple of ideas. I know a nice young man who may be able to wear those hats. He's 4 now. I couldn't wear that hat when I was 4. Do you have half of me cut off on the screen, or is that just
No,
on this?
it's just
That's
on
just
that.
on that.
We were saying hi to Jordan.
Yeah, I
This-
think
this doesn't help
that's
this.
nothing.
Yeah,
That's nothing.
you'd have to add some fabric in there.
So all of those sites, they're not legitimate sites. So
Not
how do you,
Well, they're
how do
kind of
you-
legitimate. They
well,
sell
they are
stuff
selling
and
a product, but
yeah.
they're not. The story behind them isn't true.
Yeah, and if you look in the hat, there is no label. This was clearly not anywhere near made by a small crafting.
But you can be you could be a master craft. You could be you
So-
can make a master crafted one yourself.
I
But
can make a
how
master
would
craft.
you, as a consumer, know which one is selling the hat you really want? How would you determine this is a legitimate website?
I don't think you can.
Probably
Because I mean, some of them even had addresses. They had storefront pictures, which were
Well,
phone
yeah,
It's
they
really
were
hard
all
to
the
know.
same storefront pictures.
Yeah.
I bought shirts and I never got them from somebody else. You should
What
have known better.
I think the difference is if you're looking at a $20 or $30 hat, you're probably buying a $4 hat from Temu.
Yeah.
If you are looking at someone who does custom hats and it's 120 to 180 bucks, that's probably a real one. But I don't know. You could just as easily go on and buy a $180 $3 Temu hat.
That'd be my luck.
But I'll tell you, these companies have their
Their
marketing
skill.
schemes so well honed
Yeah.
for how they're going to get you to buy their product.
I want to be
It's-
that good.
It's
Yeah.
amazing because when you read you read the stories behind Winston and Wilfred and
Was in
Mutt and
common.
Jeff, all of these different companies, they're telling you the same basic story, how these guys worked up to being, they studied under a master hatter. It's the same story on all of them. And then for my AI search, I can tell you when I looked up Wilfred and Winston, was that them?
Mhm.
I don't know. I've called them so many things. Winnipeg and Waldorf. But one of them that I looked at for Wilfred and Winston, it's my train of thought. I do that sometimes. The stories, just between all of them, the stories they really get you pulled in, and you look at all these different hats. All of these websites have like 60, 70 hats,
Oh, wow.
different styles they sell. And, just, it was something with the AI. Oh, I looked up their address, and the AI hit on it, said, oh, that address belongs to Wilfred and Winston, a small batch hat company in London, England, at this specific address, lists it all out. And then I look at the source at the end of it, and it was from the website.
Hmm.
I scroll down a little bit. this address is also listed as such and such a marketing company. That's the business that's actually in that location.
Yeah.
So I started asking, I said, so does Wilfred and Winston actually have a brick and mortar store? No, it doesn't appear that they have an actual store. This is just the address that was listed for them.
Huh.
So where are the hats coming from? Well, the hats are sourced from several different Asian countries, and
Female alley.
they have a distribution company that ships them all over the world. And it's like if you just put in the address, it tells you, oh yes, this is Wilfred and Winston. But then when you look, the source for that information was the Wilfred and Winston website.
I mean, it's not terrible, but I don't think this front thing should be so tight down on the front.
Well, that's just the way they made it.
But we do have all the stuff to make them.
Yeah.
We have this brim stuff. Don't you think you could use
Maybe I'll
Use
make one.
Dickleville.
Who knows? If you come
Coville
in,
or
if you come in someday, maybe I'll have my
Like
hat.
that.
what's the other stuff I told you?
Templates.
No.
That,
I knew it earlier.
Belting.
Shape flex.
No, shape no.
No.
Cross shape. That's what
No.
No, I'm thinking
Buckram?
Buckram.
buckram. Yeah, I was.
Buckram.
I don't
I
know
don't-
that much about buckram.
I don't know that Buckram holds a shape. That other stuff that we've got out there that looks more like cardboard, I think you can shape it and it will hold whatever
Better.
shape you do it to.
Yeah.
Kind of like that stuff that
Oh, you got that stuff.
Trays.
Remember you did those shapeable bowls?
Yeah,
with
that
thing?
that might work.
That
pretty
would work.
that would probably work really
Extra
well.
I mean, that's
magic.
not technically for that because
Well,
that
when do
didn't
we ever use
exist.
stuff for
I think
exactly
it
what
would
it's
work
intended?
really well because if you wanted to,
You could really mold
you
it
wanted
with
to
heat
change
to
the
right
shape of it,
shape.
Yeah, you
you
just
could
reheat
heat it and bring
Yeah.
it to the exact shape that you wanted.
Yeah.
It's a really it's a newer product, so it's not. But I bet it will work very well.
I think so too.
All right.
Yeah, hats always take a funny
And then
shape
we
on
would
my
we have
head
to order
because
some
people
covered
are
button
trying.
things from
Oh yeah.
And the lady
Checkers.
was just asking for them.
I know I need
the
to
covered
I need to
buttons.
carry
But she
some
wanted
covered
a
buttons.
specific size.
I know I need to order like a few sizes of covered buttons. I need to do
You're
a
going to
checkers
order a few
order.
sizes of covered buttons, and we're going to use one package to make my hats.
No, I think people will come in and buy covered buttons.
We've had people ask for them before.
Exactly, we
When?
have.
Oh, several times.
Yes.
In the 8 years I've worked here.
Several
In
times
8
in
years.
years.
Yeah, probably once a year.
That's the craziest thing with zippers and buttons.
We sell a lot of zippers. In fact, I probably need to order zippers.
But
And
if
I
we
need
look
to
at
order
the cash
needles because
register-
we're almost out of needles.
If we look in the cash register, we may have sold enough to cover our initial investment of zippers, but then we had to reorder.
Well, that's true.
So in another 5 or 10 years, we might break even on that endeavor.
I
That's the
only
way
have-
buttons and zippers
You know
are.
what?
I have like
You know-
big covered buttons
Oh, anyway.
because
All
Carol
right.
used them to bead.
Back to the
To make
the,
pins.
And
back-
the better variety you have of the product, the more you have invested in, the longer it takes to recoup.
But the
make
happier
it.
the people are when they come in.
Well, that's
to see
true.
it.
Yeah.
They're kind of
Well,
like
and then the other thing
they're
is you
kinda
gotta
like-
find a place to put them.
It's like Baskin Robbins 31 flavors. They're
I
still
hope they've
around,
gone
aren't
up
they?
since
that's
then.
Yeah, I
not
think
at all
so.
the same because people buy all those 31 flavors.
How do you
Yeah,
know?
but they never
put-
have 31 flavors in the store at the
do.
one
They
time.
always do.
Always.
I think
the little
so.
one over by Gary's never
But
did.
if
They
you
had maybe
go
19
over-
flavors.
If you
Okay, I
go
thought
over
they
and
always
see
had
10 colors of
31.
button over there, I probably have reordered 4 or 5.
Wow.
And the other 4 or 5 or 6,
Oh, well, the
We've-
button.
we've
that,
never sold
that
any of
dill,
that color button.
That dill button display, we sold more than 10 different colors of buttons. But I can't reorder them because they don't make them.
Well, they make them, but they're in completely different packaging, so you need a
No,
different
they
store.
don't make those.
Oh, that style of
particular-
button?
No. They can,
Yeah, just when you get used to something. Oh, they have
if we can sell it, then they stop making it.
Yeah.
That's the rules. So when you're picking a fabric, how do you decide what fabric to pick, honey?
Depends on what I'm making.
Well, that's a good point.
That's true.
If it's a quilt, then who am I making it for?
You.
Then I'll probably do blue, darker blues, uh, grays, purples. I like darker. I don't like bright colors. I don't want to have a volume knob in on my quilt so that I'm able to sleep at night.
Why? You
If it's
close
too
your
loud,
eyes,
I
you
can't
can't
sleep.
see it.
No, that's not true. If it's too loud, I just can't sleep.
See,
Have
I
to have
like
more
the
sun.
bright colors in quilts because I
do.
consider those happy quilts.
Yes.
Well, but then I have to fold it up and put it away at night so I can't see it.
I use those as car quilts usually. I keep one in my car. And then when I go on a picnic, it's on the picnic table or it's on the ground, or movies in the park, it's on the ground. I always have a car quilt.
I usually decide on what color I'm going to make it, and then go grab some colors. You say you go look for
I like to start with the
The
focal
focal
fabric.
I
fabric.
like to start with the focal fabric.
Yeah.
but I'm usually
And
going
then
to
pick
decide
colors.
on what color I'm going to go with, and then find a fabric in that color to start with, and then go from there.
I think that works well if you're doing like Jimmy suggested, who are you making it for?
Yeah.
Like if I was making a quilt for
Jordan.
my niece Hannah.
If we were going to make a quilt for
Hannah
Jordan,
likes pink.
Jordan would.
It would be
I would
blue.
make pink.
Gotta have
It would be
Nantucket blues for
It
him.
would be Nantucket summer.
Okay, well I don't have any of those pulled out here, but
Yeah.
we could find something.
You don't have anything that looks remotely Cape Codish.
I do not. I do not.
I don't know, the blue and that floral.
Yeah.
It's not bad, but the rest of it doesn't work.
Yeah. He could go with those 2 shades of blue. Jordan would like those 2 shades of blue.
Yeah, you just had to put bleach on the rest of it and take it out.
With a Q-tip, just
Yeah, that's what Jordan says. It would be blue. We know, Jordan.
Yeah.
yeah. Jordan is our friend.
We would get you blue.
But we were talking about picking colors that work together. And if we're picking this as our focal fabric, we've already decided this green works.
Now, it all depends on the job as to whether they work together.
Oh, I was
Oh,
going to bring
that's
that up
true.
earlier too, because depending on what you make. So if I'm making a camp shirt, we can use a bigger print than that green. Like, so if we're making a camp shirt, we're making the yoke
Right.
out of the green, then we can use a bigger print. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to be a small print.
Yeah.
It could be a bigger print. Like, this would be a little bit too busy to go with it, I feel like, but it could be a bigger print.
Wrong green.
Yes.
I know.
And
it's
maybe a lot
but
brighter.
but
Maybe a lot
the
brighter too.
but it could be that size would be okay.
Yeah.
Where you wouldn't necessarily, if you were making, if it was that mystery quilt block that I was working on earlier
Camp
that we
shirt,
can't
you
really
could
talk
put in your
about.
hunter safety orange.
Well, that would be pretty with actually
Actually, it works.
Yeah, it works.
that's Echo,
Yeah.
and that's a
And the
large.
pink
And the pink
works.
works too. Though that's a large, and the red works too.
Wow.
I wish I had more bolts of. I mean, I could order more bolts of that, but people probably wouldn't buy it. So then I'd have it. And then
You have bolts of that?
No, I only have a bolt of the pink.
Oh.
I have a bolt of this. Then I have a bolt of the cream, but I don't have a bolt of the other stuff. That's why I have this open, because I was using that for the mystery quilt.
Oh.
So
So these are 5-inch strips, right?
Mhm.
yeah, those are 5-inch strips. So you could use those for
No, you could just use them for a stripe quilt.
right. You could use them
Yeah.
put them together for a striped quilt. We have a pattern using these. Well, it used the
But Jimmy's gonna be.
no, I guess we have his phone. There's a lot, but my point being, depending on your quilt and what size the pieces are,
Yes.
Oh, that's true.
You need
You
to
don't
take
wanna cut
a. You
tiny
need to
pieces out of a
consider
large
like
print.
what I was doing, where I was using 1.5 inch pieces. You don't want to be cutting.
You
No,
get
one
those
and
would
a
get
half inch-
lost out of a big print.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
you
you
want
need to take a look at
basically
that
Tone
and
on tone.
consider it when you're picking your fabric,
Mhm.
because you don't want to have it.
Well, it becomes discombobulated. If you have a little 1 inch piece here that has a little bit of green, then you have one over here that's blue. It looks like
If
they
it's
didn't
too
come from the same.
small, that might just
fabric.
be pieces of white.
Yeah,
It
that's
might not
true.
even have any
You
color.
might
if
come in
that's
here and
too
just have this little stripe
too
right there, and
small.
it's like, okay, what is that doing?
Yeah.
Right, so it looks like
Yeah.
it doesn't go together. So it has to be
Right.
big enough pieces to have a lot of the colors in there for it to work, for that to work. So that's another
True.
consideration when you're picking your fabric for a particular quilt. How big is the piece, and is that piece going to work?
Mm-hmm.
So, sometimes I might take little pieces of acetate that are the size of the blocks in the quilt, so I can put it on my fabric to audition to see
That's a
what
good
it
idea.
looks like,
That's a good idea.
to decide, is this going to work or is this not going to work. Oh, I was going to bring up a point. You know, I think with the new lights overhead, I think our color's better on the camera.
Yeah, they
It looks
probably are.
really close.
These are
I mean,
LEDs,
Because remember
right?
before, remember
Oh yeah,
before
these
how the
would
colors
look
would be
purple,
look
and the
purple
purples
and
would look blue.
They look
and-
more daylight.
yeah.
Yeah.
You have to wear your sunglasses when you come in here now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. You're not lying.
Yeah.
So I think those are really important things to consider. Even when you're making clothing, picking fabric for clothing, you need to consider, how big is a piece. When we were doing Stripology Lil's Club on Saturday, and we were cutting, you use 5 inch squares and you're cutting off a piece. One fabric doesn't really look directional till you cut the diagonal piece off, and then it made the fabric look directional
Oh, interesting.
because the flower then kind of looked directional.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't really a directional flower, but it
I
did
could
kind of
see that.
become directional once you cut your diagonal piece off. So you kind of need to kind of audition stuff to determine if, how it's going to work, because it's very frustrating if you don't do that
Yeah, I could see
and
that.
you've cut things up and then you're putting it together and you find, oh,
Well, and that's a very valid point, because I have started more quilts than I care to acknowledge.
I've not finished more quilts than I care to admit.
Well, and the reason I stopped working on them is because I didn't like the fabrics after I started sewing them together. Because I auditioned the fabrics like this, I laid them out and I said, okay, I have large print, small print, medium print. The colors all go together well. That'll make a good quilt. And then when I started cutting it up and putting them together, I didn't like it. So they go in the unfinished drawer.
Yeah.
But with your idea of laying out those templates and
So
saying,
you can
okay,
actually
am I going to like this? That's a great idea.
Right.
The other thing is take a picture of them.
Yeah,
Because your trick is you're looking at the fabric like that. You need to be 10 feet away.
that's true. And I don't do that.
And the phone will put it 10 feet away for you.
Mm-hmm.
And-
Also,
And it'll help
with
your.
the phone, you can change from color to black
Well, yeah,
and
you
white.
take it all back to black and white, and you can make sure you've got a light, medium, dark.
Right. Like in this scenario,
Those are,
In
to me, all
my-
mediums.
they're all the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I was going to pick a light out of this grouping, it would be this one. But this is not a light fabric, and the only reason it appears light is because of the white background.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. They're all three mediums.
Yeah. You'd have to pick.
But I think
So-
it'll still be fine. I think it'll still look fine, but it depends on what the quilt pattern is.
Yeah.
True.
Yes.
I still think that combo is
It
still
would probably
fine.
look good in
And that's
something
probably
like
why
this.
I have problems
Did
doing
you see I
mystery
found that
quilts.
star that was missing that you lost the other day?
Yeah, where'd you find it?
It had fallen down between the two cabinets.
I think you should just applique it right there.
And not the right color blue. Not the right color blue.
Navy blue goes with everything. Navy blue goes with everything.
But, and also too, sometimes using a color wheel can help you.
Yes.
And really, really being careful about whether it works on the color wheel or doesn't work on the color wheel. Because, yes, if you're like, oh yeah, that looks okay, that's fine. I'm not picky about my colors. But if you're not picky about your colors, but yeah, when you put them together and you actually have it in the quilt,
it could clash.
it can clash, but you thought you were not picky about the colors, but yeah, you really are picky about the colors, but you don't realize it until you put them together. So
I made a kaleidoscope quilt, and the kaleidoscope quilt was kaleidoscope fabric. It was very much like this. It had a lot of purple flowers in it, a lot of gold instead of the green, and it had like a teal background. Beautiful fabric. They were big lilies. So I cut it up. The blocks themselves were beautiful. So I thought, okay, I'm going to use a teal background, for the alternating little triangles. And I'm going to use gold for some of those. And that's going to make everything pop. It's absolutely hideous. I don't like it. Everybody who's seen it likes it, but I don't like it. To me, there's too much purple because there was too much purple in my fabric. The teal, now that I've pulled it out, even though it's in the background, because I cut the primary fabric up, it doesn't come through as a teal background, so it doesn't go with it. The gold just overwhelms everything. It's a hideous quilt.
Yeah.
And those fabrics, when I laid them out, all went together beautifully.
yeah,
Until
it's just
you
hard to
start
know
cutting it up.
sometimes.
The design makes a big difference.
It does. I never would have thought that I'd have spent all this time.
I've done
and
a
energy.
kaleidoscope, but it had the flowers had
That
a
green
background.
looks like it'd go really nice with that.
And what
Not
I
that
did was
one,
take the complementary
That
fabric,
one.
which was the same, and did it. So you can't really find the little
maybe not,
triangles.
but
See.
maybe.
That looks like it goes with it.
Yeah, it probably does go with it.
Let's get our 10 feet away view. I don't.
I
Like
think it's too
the
much
dark
all the same
part.
color.
I don't like these.
Well, the dark parts in there are fine because it's got the dark parts in there. But I think back to your
It's
discussion,
not a complementary color.
back to the discussion, I think the color's fine. Back to your discussion about it being too much of the same value.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just the same color.
Right. So what I would do with this particular one, that orange is nice. With this one, not for a lot of color, but as a little accent in it, I think it goes well. It pops. It
Makes
brings
it
out
pop.
these greens,
Might be a little bit too green. I'm not positive.
but I'm not going to use a ton of it. I wouldn't
Yeah,
use a ton of
possibly.
it.
I don't think I would use it, but you're welcome to use it.
Thank you. I do like the orange
I
you
kinda think
pulled
this one
out.
I like that one better.
So I think this one's too busy because you have busy, busy. And
Yeah,
then
but
But
just
you're
cut it
chopping it up, so it's not going to be busy then. Once you fold it up into little pieces, you're still too big. Fold it into little tiny pieces, no longer busy. You see what I'm saying?
No, to me that's still too busy. It's orange with it because it really makes those
The orange
orange
makes it
flowers pop.
And I would do a
And then you could use that next to this.
magenta would work with that too. That's too pink.
Oh, definitely too pink.
Needs more purple in it. I don't think you have one of those there.
So you're not very busy then.
Okay.
Once you get down to like a 2.5 inch square,
Yeah.
no longer busy.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then go back to your template thing
Right.
Yeah.
to lay
It's
it out.
only busy when you have all that stuff.
Yeah,
Because
good
once you
point.
cut it up, you don't have all those colors.
right.
Once you're cutting it up,
Yeah, you're right. It's less busy when you have a small piece of
let me
this.
zoom in because they can't see that.
Oh, okay. So I have to get back to small pieces.
Like 2.5 inch squares.
There we go. So there's our 2.5 inch square. It works. The other 2.5 inch square.
See, it's just not real busy then
Yeah,
because it doesn't have.
it's
You're
not
really chopping up the color.
this. We're not looking at this. We're looking at this.
Yeah, so you really have to,
Yeah, you're right. That works.
and
And I think
you
if
have
you
to look
mixed
at
it-
on that. You're gonna get a lot of just light green
Yeah,
because look at how much big patches of light green there are on
there's
there.
quite a few.
Quite a few.
Yeah. And the serpentine dark green, you're just going to get
Yeah,
a
the little
little bit
tiny
of,
bits
a
of
little
it.
bit of that in each of your
Yeah, so you really
pieces.
have to know how big are your pieces going to be
Yeah.
when you're using that because it may be very annoying when you cut it up.
Yeah. I like
It
your
could
template
be
idea. I really think that's a good
A
idea.
total. Another way to do it is you can take a piece of hard cardstock and
Mhm.
cut an opening in it
Oh,
the
a
size of
window.
a window.
Yeah.
That's the word I was looking for, window.
Yep.
Put a window in it so you can see
That's a good
the
idea.
size of it.
I probably there's the yellow. See how much that yellow goes with this.
This one?
Yeah. But there's more than one.
Oh, we have several yellows. Move the orange out of the way. This yellow's not bad.
No, it's not.
It
Yeah,
goes
see,
with
that,
these
that,
leaves.
that can be your
I'd
light.
use the orange and the yellow, probably.
Yeah,
Both of them.
I'm not an orange fan, but it goes well with
goes
this.
with it.
It does because it makes those orange flowers
Yeah.
pop,
Yeah.
and that's what
Because
you're,
you're not going to want to
looking
use
for.
a
That's what
dark
you're looking
blue
for.
or.
Well,
I mean, you
dark
might want to use a
magenta.
turquoise
I don't think you have a dark magenta
or a
over
light
there.
purple.
No, this yellow brings out all the gold highlights, and this orange really makes those flowers pop. And that's kind of what you're looking for, especially if you're doing quilting or garments or something you want
There's
to.
not a purple because I used
highlight
it already.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. We have one more sample that we're going to play with, which is this one. And this one is just kind of an all over design, kind of a medium scale print. You've got oranges, pinks, purples, golds.
Now, if you're not cutting
Are
a.
you people still on?
Yeah.
My gosh.
We're on the last part, almost last
We've only been
part.
talking for about 40 minutes. One thing I want. No, she didn't.
Is that
These
yours
are
too?
going to separate into pink and yellow because these aren't going to.
Right, you're not
That's
going to
not
put green with this. That's
No,
not
no,
gonna
I
go.
mean, no, that's not what I mean. I mean, when you cut this up,
Oh, yeah.
it may not cut up into.
And if you have smaller pieces,
Yes, it's really going to
yeah,
separate out. So that could be a problem, depending.
true. So you want
So you have to be
pull
careful
out
what
some
you put.
colors that go well with the colors that are in here. Like this yellow, I think goes well, but I'm not crazy about the blue stripe in it because there's nothing blue in here. I wouldn't throw it out.
Okay, from here,
Yeah,
can't really see it.
really.
And sometimes it's okay to
Okay.
have add another color in too. It's not
True.
not a big huge problem, but
Well,
Yep,
this
you
one,
can't really see it over there. Not dark enough.
that's true. And if you get 10 feet away riding on that horse, it's not going to show.
Yeah, that's not going to show. The
So-
white stripe won't show either.
This one, I'm not real thrilled with putting this one next to it, even though it does have some
Yeah,
of the
I'm
same
not keen
colors.
on
It's
it.
not the right shade.
I feel like it's too busy.
Well, and it's not the right shade for
Right.
what we have going on. And the print
It's kind
isn't
of
right.
okay, but it kind of isn't okay.
Right. Then we have this orange, which it's light. Again, it does have some of the hues that are in here. I just don't think it goes really well.
Yeah, that's a hard color.
So on something like this, what I would probably do is pick up something like this. So
Yeah, I
this
like that one
has
better.
this has subtle shades that are similar to the shades that are in
But
here.
they're
but
not
they're
matching
much
Here, it
matching.
looks like it matches a very light color in the print.
Well, and they're much lighter, and I think it ties together well. And then you can do something like Sally was suggesting, which is introduce something new.
A dark raspberry.
Okay. This is probably too bright, but
Yeah.
definitely too bright. But she's right, it could work. But you could even go as far as, okay, that one's pieces. Here we go. Bringing in something blue, something completely different, because you've got something that breaks it apart. So
But you just need to use something that fits with the color wheel on
Correct.
that with those colors.
correct. So it could be opposite or adjacent, or here we have a triad. So you look at where they match.
Right.
And the thing I like about the color wheels too, you have several different ways, and it gives you arrows. You can go straight across, like your red and your green, straight across, or your yellow and your blue, straight across. You can go in 3 different directions. So
Yes.
purple and lime, and I don't know what the other one is. I think it's a tan.
Yeah.
Anyway, and there's 4.
Right.
think there's
There's a
2,
lot
3,
of
4. There's a lot of
lot of
different
ways they can help you.
But the nice thing about it is it doesn't just have a solid block, it has the gradients of all the different shades too. And so you can stay in the same wheel or you can go up a couple and you'll know this will work with that.
Right, and it's really
Totally.
helpful.
They're very
it really
helpful.
helps.
Okay. I really like this. I think that's
And,
a really good
If you look at that top fabric on the 5-inch squares,
Oh yes.
it's kind of the same colors.
Oh yeah.
It's got the same pink as in
Mhm.
that. So I would say that blue is kind of the same. So that blue would actually go. I mean, I'm not keen on that, but that blue would go with that. Because see how that blue's in that
It's
fabric?
kind of in between these greens and these blues.
Right. So it might be okay. So sometimes you can take a fabric like that and say, well, this goes all together. So I could use these colors
Right.
based on the fact that I like these colors together on this piece of fabric. So that gives me an idea of, okay, I could use these colors on my quilt or
Right.
on my dress or in my outfit because these colors go together. So that's another way another trick you can use to help you pick colors.
True.
If you're not a good color picker, so to speak.
Yeah. Well, and some people, myself included, may have a hard time differentiating one shade
Well,
from
some people
another.
are color blind.
Colorblind.
Yeah.
Or you can't.
And you may not
could
be red-green colorblind. There's a lot of different color
Yeah,
blinds.
you can be blue green.
So you
Yeah.
can be colorblind to certain things, but not realize that you're even colorblind to that. So
Right.
sometimes that can, really help.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So the 10 feet away rule and taking a picture with the camera, that really
Right.
helps. I know when I'm laying fabrics out and I'm trying to make a choice on which fabric do I want to use for the backing or the sashing or whatever on my quilts, I will lay out the blocks and take a picture with
Oh,
my
I do
phone.
that. Yeah.
and
I
then
do
I-
that for borders.
I'll rearrange them and I'll take another picture. And then, because when I'm standing over it
Yeah,
looking
you
at
won't
it,
see it.
I don't see it. I just get lost.
Yeah.
But then I go back and I scroll through the pictures on my phone. I'm like, oh no, not that one.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, hey, I like that one.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
and then I
think
have
it's
a
helpful.
picture and I can put it back together
Yeah,
in
I've
the
done
right
that
order.
because I don't have 10 feet. If I backed up 10 feet, I'd be out of my sewing room
Oh,
because it's full.
yeah. Well, another thing I wanted to mention too, a lot of people have these 5-inch squares that we provide in the monthly club. And I want to go over how nice it is to have these because not only do you get fabric to add to your stash, but you have all of these different fabrics that you can look at, feel, and lay side by side and say, okay, will this work or will this not work? Okay, here's 3 fabrics. I like those 3 together. They go really well. What are they? We give you the list in the order that they're stacked of the pattern number, the color number, and the line that it came from.
Yeah.
And so you can call up and say, hey, I need 3 yards of wild honey number 56. You know, and we would pull that for you. Now, if you do like I do and you mix them up and then you don't know what they are, you just have to come into the store and go shopping. But it's a nice way to have a reference of all the fabrics.
Okay, so for the question of the day is Laura and I were discussing this. Laura would not put a dot fabric and a stripe fabric in the same quilt.
I would not.
Now I would.
Depends
So-
on where it is.
So that's what you guys can chime in on, please. Put your opinion. Who would put a dot and a stripe in the same quilt? In the block. I would
wouldn't
put dots and
necessarily-
blocks in the same.
You'd put them in the same block?
Sure.
Oh, I wouldn't. I would maybe put them in the same quilt, but not close to each other.
I would put them in the same block, depending on
Depends.
what
I've
the
done a
what
black
the
and
block
white
is.
quilt,
Sure.
and I've had dots and stripes in the same quilt in the same
Yeah.
block.
Okay.
It looks.
I mean,
looks okay.
everybody. There's nothing wrong. I'm just
True.
saying. I'm just interested in other people's opinion too, because I'm
You
just
don't
curious
have
what
to
other
feel
people
pleased
think
at
too.
home.
It's like putting plaid with checks or something. I wouldn't
Well,
do that either.
That's
Why
because
can't you
people
put
told
plaid
you
with
that when you
checks?
were little. Don't wear it. They said don't wear it.
Why can't you wear plaids and checks?
Because they clash.
They do.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Who
they
said
clash.
that?
Sometimes they clash because some people don't have a good sense of color, and they would pick god-only colors to wear those to
Oh.
begin with.
Okay.
But that's probably where you got
I
it. Is
didn't-
don't wear that. But
I
it doesn't
didn't know
mean you
you-
can't put it in a quilt.
I didn't know you
Okay.
couldn't wear it either,
Yeah, that's what you heard.
because I've worn a striped vest and a
Well,
dotted
now
shirt
it's
too.
more, but way
Before.
back when you didn't
Anyway.
do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not talking about now. We're talking
Now,
about
now I don't dress well either.
I dress for
According to my
comfort.
first boss, knew that I.
I dress for comfort.
I do now.
I'm
Absolutely.
pretty sure I have. Oh well, thanks for watching. Maybe you got something out of this, and maybe you didn't. But anyway,
You want to buy a hat? No, I'm kidding.
if you know a good,
A good hattery.
hat pattern.
Hat pattern.
It's for one of those. It's a what kind of hat?
Newsboy.
Newsboy hat. If you know a good newsboy hat pattern, let Jimmy know because he's planning on making a hat.
And
But
then
it
we're going
used
to
to be a
start a
newsboy
website just
hat.
for making hats.
No, we're not. We are not doing that. So anyway, and thanks for watching, and let us. Oh, we're so excited because we get to go see the new. Jimmy and I get to go see the new Icon 3 on next week.
Yep.
Oh, that's exciting.
But we'll be back on Thursday, so I'll be able to report.
Yay!
Report.
And when do we get one in the store?
Whenever it's getting shipped from Nashville, so I don't know how long it'll take to get here.
Okay.
So,
A week,
End of the
usually.
month, probably.
but we're having a class on the 18th. If you want to sign up for that, it's in the computer. And if you want to come, if you want to sign up for the Stripology 1-day retreat, that's on September 23rd. That's $199. Three colorway choices. They haven't picked the 18 colors, but I know the backgrounds are either cream, a little bit of turquoisey color, or a peacock dark blue. Anyway. All right, thanks for watching, and we will see you on the flip side.